Good morning, everyone. Today is Monday, October 4th. My name is Maura Curran, member of the Select Board. Happy Monday. Have a few updates for you today. So first, I want to start off with congratulating Jim Boudreau and the rest of our representatives for keeping the Coast Guard station open. So this was a great accomplishment. Jim was a great leader in pulling together all of our federal delegation. You know, we really want to thank Senator Markey, Senator Warren's office, Congressman Lynch, Congressman Keating, and of course, all of our local representatives who helped us to get the message out there to make sure that the Coast Guard remained open. So that was a great accomplishment. Thank you, Jim. Congratulations. And we're really proud of that work. Secondly, some other things, just some other updates. There's a great program that's taking place at the Scituate High School. It's called Credit for Life. So this is a fair that's designed to help students understand the importance of money management and finance from a real world perspective. So they're looking for volunteers. They need about 60. So we're really looking to partner with community businesses and business people within the community to help them. So if you can donate your time, it will take place on October 22nd from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. And please contact Anne-Marie Galvin at galvinannemarie@gmail.com if you can do that. And then just lastly, some meeting updates. Tomorrow we have the select board meeting that starts at October 5th, that starts at 6:30 p.m. We will be going into executive session, so tune in a little bit after that. And then also there's a waterways meeting this week on October 6th at 7 p.m. at the Maritime Center. And I'm sure Bill will cover the school committee meeting tonight. And then just lastly, some fun things. Don't forget that this week, I think, might round out the music series at the bandstand this Thursday at 6 p.m. Hopefully weather permitting. There'll be some nice music there for you. And then also lastly, the Senior Center conducts some wonderful lunches during the week, and they really are in some need for volunteers to help serving. So if you can take an hour out of your day, donate some time between 11:30 and 1 p.m. I know they would welcome your assistance. So if you could reach out to the Senior Center, they do need servers, and the staff there is doing a fabulous job, wonderful meals, and our senior community really enjoys it. So if you can help them out, that would really be greatly appreciated. And that's all I have right now. So I'll turn it over to Jim for some other town updates and some updates on the COVID numbers. Jim?
Good morning. We start with the water updates. We finished our construction on Old Oaken Bucket on the water main. It's open to through traffic, but we have not paved it yet. For the construction impacts, the trenches are still on the road, so we ask people to be careful on that. We do expect the contract to be back to pave it shortly. We're now working on Brook Street, commencement, the water main replacement. We started at Front Street and working our way towards Tilden. Local traffic is allowed, but through traffic is closed. We will also be starting work on the water main on Studley Royal Road this week, so people down there should look out for that. Water demand continues to dip. We were down to 1.237 million gallons a day, down about 0.06 from the week before. We still have high manganese levels in the wells, the reservoir, but they are dropping. The reservoirs at -8 yesterday and at +4.5 at Tech Factory. We have lowered on purpose to make some room for winter storms and fall storms to have some storage capacity. We got about 1.4 and 8 inches of rain at the reservoir over the last week. We are still doing the pilot study down at the treatment plant. You can see that equipment down there. As we mentioned before, they will wrap up shortly, and then they'll come back in the winter time to pilot again the cold water, so that we'll know exactly the type of treatment plant that we need to construct for our particular type of water. COVID numbers for the past week were 19. That was up from 14 of the previous week. It was 17 the week before that. So we seem to be staying in the high teens. The positivity rating continued to go down slightly. It was down at 1.16, down from 1.69. Plymouth County is still over 3 at 3.25. A lot of that is Brockton. They were down from 3.41. And the state was 1.96, down slightly from the week before. So the positivity rates are all going down. That is good news. We'll continue to monitor those. The state and the CDC has set out new guidance on booster shots for people. You can go to mass.gov. There's a link where you can take a 2-question survey to find out if you are eligible currently to receive a booster shot. The booster shots remain free, and they are available now if people need to get them. First Parish Road work is continuing. We expect to have that paved shortly. The sidewalk is complete. You can see that. We do expect the contractor to be out to put the final coat down on the road shortly, And we will warn everybody, as we always do, that when that's done, when Old Oak and Bucket is done, and when Cedar Point is done, we will be doing intensive traffic enforcement because people tend to speed up when we fix those roads. If you get a chance, go down and check out the Steedman rink at Scituate High School. The new rink is substantially complete. They did the painting last week. The lines are all down. We're doing some punch list items now. It really looks fantastic. Thank you to the Steedman family and the CPC for funding that work. We should be seeing a ribbon cutting shortly. But if you get a chance, it really came out very nice. We're very happy with it. Well 17A, the work is continuing on there. We're testing the backflow filters this week in preparation for having DEP in. But when that is done, the green sand filter there, we'll take the iron and manganese out and we'll return about 225 to 250,000 gallons of good, clean water back into the system every day. So we're looking forward to that. Widows Walk is ongoing. They're working on the interior. The walls are up. The rough wiring and plumbing is done. The bathrooms are going in, the tiling and things like that. We're still on schedule to finish that this winter. It looks fantastic. You can see what the outline will look like. You can also see the way the entry is going to be now if you get on there. So take a look at that. That's a $2.5 million project. Once we get that substantially complete, we will then do an RFP, have someone come in and run the concession in there. And again, we're really looking forward to having that all up and running for the springtime so the golfers can get back into the clubhouse. Out at Cedar Point, they're doing some final drainage. The base coat is down. So once the drainage is done, we are waiting for some curbing for the island at the entrance to Cedar Point. We need to rehab that island. It did take some damage during the construction. So we'll take out the old concrete curbing and put in new curbing, finish that island up, and then do the final paving. That will all be finished by the winter time. So still a lot of road work going on. People should be cautious, and we'll get those all buttoned up by the winter season. And that's what I have for right now.
Great, thank you. Bill?
Morning, everyone. Thank you, Ms. Curran and Administrator Boudreau, and good morning, community members. So we'll start off with our COVID update. This past week in our school, we had 7 cases. This is up from 2 the previous 2 weeks. So we're keeping an eye on that, and I'll be talking a little bit more about that later in our school committee update. As part of the American Rescue Plan Act, ARP of 2021, Scituate Public Schools has qualified for grant funds administered through the Elementary and Secondary School Emergency Relief, often referred to as ESSER fund. Please know that these are one-time funds for this ESSER 3 grant, and they're available for us to use until September 30th of 2024. So over 2 years to get those funds used. Scituate Public Schools is seeking public comments concerning the allocation of these funds. We want to hear what you have to say. The district has multiple areas of needs and appreciates your input on the decision-making process to ensure that these funds are expended in a way that we positively impact the education of all our students within Scituate. We're asking that you please take a few minutes to provide feedback. We invite family, staff, community members, students, and local residents to complete the survey. The survey is found on the homepage of our website, and there is a community feedback icon right on that page. It's nice and big and round. You'll see it. The website address is scituate.k12.ma.us. Again, scituate.k12.ma.us, and click on the community feedback icon, and your survey results will be registered. This will close at 5 p.m. on Thursday, October 7th. So I want to thank you all for your cooperation. It's a pleasure to serve and work in collaboration with our town and get your input on this. Very important. In one of the superintendent goals this year, there's an emphasis on creating a unifying climate and culture based on building trust and relationships between school, home, and community. Part of that relationship process is building relationships, and for opportunities to, for our community, as the previous example, to be heard, especially in person this year. I will be holding a series of what I'm calling seaside chats with the superintendent throughout the year on a variety of topics to get out into the community, to meet people, and to hear what you have to say. The first one will be held on October 14th, one at 1 p.m. and one at 6 p.m. in a couple of weeks. These will be held at this beautiful Scituate Senior Center. And the topic for these first chats will be on the Mass School Building Authority's building project for Scituate, the new Heatherly School, As you may know, we're in the first phase, the eligibility period of the MSBA project, with the next phase of the project being the feasibility study and schematic design. Town meeting is on October 26th, and it is important our community hears from me the details of what this means and to be able to ask questions and offer feedback, including your voice. Other Seaside chats will include a listening tour through a series of open forums where I simply listen to our community's needs and take that input and apply it to our school. So a lot of opportunities for the community. That those notices will be going out also through hopefully through the town correspondence and through our correspondence will be up on our website. So we'll get the word out on those dates. Again, October 14th, 1 p.m. and the second one will be at 6 p.m. both at the Scituate Senior Center. We have a school committee meeting tonight, beginning at 6 p.m. Celebrate Student Learning will kick off the events. And this week we have Early Childhood Center, which I don't believe was up last year. So this will be exciting to learn about our ECC programming. In our leadership reports, we'll talk about our health and safety information to share with our community, how we've been working hard, especially our school nurses and administrators in our buildings, to keep our students in school full time very successfully. We'll also be hearing from our Assistant Superintendent, Ms. Driscoll, on recent MCAS results that came out to the district and to the state. You'll also be hearing some new exciting information on our Scituate Engagement Academy, which is a program that focuses on helping each student develop the best version of themselves in their academic, social lives, and their physical well-being. So that'll be reported out tonight, as well as the very important fiscal year 23 budget calendar and a vote on the superintendent goals, which were presented at the last meeting. I'm going to end with a CLR shout out to Mr. Smith and his 4th grade students. It's important that as I work towards one of my goals as unifying the district and the community, it's about making personal connections in those relationships I talked about earlier. So visiting classes is a huge commitment of mine this year, getting to know and speak with the kids in any way I can. So the teachers have been inviting me into their classes. It's been wonderful. So last Friday I visited Mr. Smith's 4th grade at Cushing Elementary. They read every day. I had the honor of being a guest reader of one of my favorite books, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. I think the kids were a little surprised when I dressed up his character as Willy Wonka. I had a lot of fun doing that. So I thoroughly enjoyed that, kids. Great meeting you. And thank you, Mr. Smith, for inviting me into the class. It's some of the best parts of my day. So thank you all and have a great week.
Thank you, Bill. Sorry, I missed that costume. You must have made a great Charlie Wonka.
I'm
So
sure there'll be
that's
pictures
nice.
out there. Yeah, thank you.
We'll have to see them out there. I don't have anything else. Jim, did you have anything additional to add?
Nope.
Okay, make it a great week and thank you for tuning in and have a great day. Stay dry. Thanks, everybody.